Yes, actually, that's a very good question that is very close to my heart. I think one of the things that we've done in our education system in the past 25 years is to get away from training kids to go to work. We've done a real good job of preparing kids to go to college, and it seems that's the direction we've headed. But I would like to see a task force at the state level come together with educators and with business people and manufacturers and find out what deficits do we have in our system for supplying kids to go to work directly out of high school. That's what I did, and it's been a great experience for me to have had vocational education, technical training. We need to work with our business leaders, we need to work with our manufacturers and help those guys come in and support it and actually supply some of the monies and the technologies that they are seeing that they need workers to come in for.
Well, I have happy news, and that is we are making great progress in bridging the gap. In fact, I carry this around all my listening stations, Profoundly Disconnected, which is Mike Rowe's book. But in 2010, our Alabama business folks brought in Mike Rowe, and they've been diligently working on it. And our governor is going to be meeting today in Alabaster and looking into some of the fine technical programs. Gardendale has some of the finest technical programs in Gardendale High School. Sneed as well. In fact, Sneed has given us Philip Cleveland, who will be the new state director of the Alabama Department of Education Career Tech. So Governor Bentley met with a number of our business people, and in so meeting with them, they are looking at all the wonderful programs that business is now working with education and trying to bridge that important gap. So we have made progress. Certainly there needs to be more to be made, but we have wonderful programs in Blunt, Gardendale, and also Trussville.
The economy and education is so directly linked that education is vitally important, and I'm all about getting flexibility in the classroom, getting as much resource and initiative to the teacher as possible. The creativity and initiative needs to flow from the bottom up, not from the top down. So I know in Alabama we're struggling with math right now. We've been very successful with the reading initiative. We've got to implement some creative ideas with the math initiative. So I'm all about supplying the teachers all the resources and to allow them to be as creative and direct as much initiative as possible. Our workforce development, our workforce is aging, and like Alabama Power, for example, their average age I think is 55. So in about 6 or 7 years, most of those folks will be retiring out, or a lot of those folks are. So those people that are going to be taking their place are 8th graders. They need to be really up on math. Alabama's dragging behind in math, so we really need to emphasize math right now. So I would do everything I could as state senator to bring those resources to them.
Education is truly an adaptive challenge that we face in our state and in the district as well. What I want to do as state senator is facilitate a new education model created by teachers and parents at the local levels, getting politicians out of the way and bureaucrats out of the way, and letting teachers thrive in the classroom, which will allow our kids to thrive in the classroom. Inside of that, I want to see academies set up inside of a county or city school system. For example, if you're a performing arts child, let's train you up in that way. If you want to go into the skilled trades, let's train you up that way. If you think you want to be a scientist or an engineer, we'll have like a STEM academy set up. If you want to go into the legal profession, we have that set up. So what I would call is all sizes fit, or fit for purpose education. That's what I want to see happen.
Common Core is causing a tremendous problem for the teachers in our communities. It doesn't matter whether you're in one of the isolated schools or the city schools like Trussville or Gardendale, or in the Jefferson County schools. I can say that from experience because my wife is a teacher, my father-in-law is a teacher, my brother-in-law is a teacher, and I had been a professor at San Diego State University one time, and I can tell you exactly, if you have the reporting requirements that Common Core creates for these folks, it takes them away from the classroom, it takes them off the platform, and they have to fill out paperwork, and that's all they're doing right now is filling out paper after paper after paper. The reporting requirements of Common Core are just causing a lot of wasted time for the teachers. They can't get in there with the students where they need to be actually doing their work. All the people that I know who are teachers are very much frustrated by the Common Core situation. I know Common Core has some good objectives, but it's creating undeniable problems in the classroom.
Well, I was a classroom teacher for 10 years, a math teacher and a coach for 10 years, so education is very important to me. I know what's going on. My wife is a teacher, my brother's a teacher, my sister's a teacher. I hope, if I'm elected, I hope to be called the education senator. we need to do a lot of things different. I will fight for teachers, but I will fight for our students. I was never a member of AEA, so I will not do what's important for the unions. I will do what's important for the teachers and the kids. We need to do a better job. Everybody's not going to go to college. We have to do a better job. We have jobs out there. We've got to do vocational education. We've got to train kids, make them ready to enter the workforce. So that would be my #1 goal. Better jobs is the #1 goal, but the only way we have better jobs, we've got to have a better education.
Well, education is the thing that I think ties District 17 together better than anything else, because what we're seeing right now in Gardendale with the tension between the Mount Olive area and those students trying to figure out where they're going to go to high school at. My dad was in the first graduating class at Gardendale, and he would have been one of those children affected by this, with Gardendale breaking away from the county school system. I think we can learn from what Trussville City Schools did 10 years ago. They went through this same growing pains, and we see the tension between the Clay and Trussville communities that we can anticipate in Mount Olive and Gardendale coming down the road. So the common theme is everyone cares about their child. Everyone wants a top-notch educational opportunity for their child or grandchild, and that's the thing that can unite us all. Now, I came through Jeff State, then Auburn, then Yale, then the University of Alabama, but I was a Locust Fork graduate. So Locust Fork probably had the least resources. Was that my timer?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Of all the schools in District 17, Locust Fork would be one of those with the least resources, but we can do it together, and I'm excited about working on it.